Hello everyone across cyberspace and everyone at Kendall Power Forums. Thank you for tuning in to my video review. This video review segment is of the Lowe's Task Force. This is the Cree version of this light. The whole light comes apart very easily. There is no glue or epoxy anywhere on this light, which is a good thing in my book. It makes serviceability very straightforward, and in the event that you want to, upgrade to a higher output LED, maybe as new bins are released, you can very easily do that, and I'm going to show you here in a second how to do that. So, let's start by taking off the bezel, and inside the light you see the heart of the light at the business end. This is a Cree P4 LED emitter, and over here on this side is the Freyen refracting reflector. This is an optical reflector as opposed to a traditional reflective type of reflector that you see on a typical flashlight. It basically takes all the lumens that are emitted from the LED and it refracts them and spits them out the front of the light in a nice tight beam and tight focus with just a little bit of flood to the side as well. So again, there's a lot of detailed information about that on the forum, so I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. Take it apart and expose the driver board. You simply get a pair of needle nose pliers and give it a little bit of a twist, like I'm showing you here. You see I'm scratching it up quite a bit. It's technically it's a non-cosmetic part. It's just it's a functional part only, so I don't really care if I scratch it up too much. There you go. It just fell out. Okay, so the whole thing is spring-loaded. There's lots of springs in this light, lots of springs holding everything together and maintaining electrical contact. To undo the assembly, the lamp assembly, you unscrew the top from the base. Okay, and set this bezel, inner bezel aside. And what you're left with is the driver board inside there. It's I believe it's a DC regulating driver board. From what I understand, it sends 1.1 amps of current to the LED emitter on a fully charged or a fresh set of batteries. So that tends to diminish, of course, as the cells deplete. So there you go. There you have it. It's very easy. As you can see, it's just exposed wire, point-to-point soldering. It's very easy to replace the driver board. Maybe you want to go with a multi-mode driver board, maybe with a strobe or an SOS type of feature or something to that effect, or maybe some different power outputs. So it's completely up to the end user, literally, because again, there's no glue or anything holding this thing together. To put it all back together, you do the opposite of what I just did. Screw it all back together. I should probably say that these parts are pretty crudely machined. I don't know if you can tell from the pictures, from the video, but a lot of these parts have some really crude, rough edges, machining edges on them, and they're not cleaned very well or not very precisely cut. So I think that's overall one of the major complaints about the Lowe's Task Force flashlight is overall it's just very crudely machined. So on that note, let's put it back together. Okay, there we go, and I'm now going to screw the bezel back down like so, and there's the business end of the light. So let's take a look now at the switch cap and the switch assembly. I'm not going to take the switch assembly apart, but I just want to show you. It's pretty straightforward. Reverse clicky, on off. No, nothing major here about that. Seems pretty durable. The switch itself seems pretty robust, and it's got a nice feel to it. The button's kind of loose and flimsy, and it tends to rattle a lot, so it doesn't feel very nice, but functionally it seems to be very reliable so far. So batteries simply slide in and out of the tube. I put some plain white paper inside the body of the flashlight to help kind of damp the vibration of the cells, because the cells tend to rattle quite a bit inside the flashlight. So, and it all goes back together, just the reverse of what you just did to take it apart. So that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward light. $30 at Lowe's. Can't really beat that. Well, I guess you can, but for an in-store brick and mortar, you know, available product, it's pretty good. You know, you can find some Innovas and Streamlight products at Fry's and other stores that are, I think, better in a lot of ways, but you know, this light is very bright and it has a lot of throw. It'll throw out a solid tight beam for a very far distance, and it uses just standard off-the-shelf C batteries. So anyhow, that's it for this review. Thank you for taking the time, and I hope you guys found this useful.